My name's Casey, and I just bought my first property here in Indianapolis. Today I'm here with my friend Jesus, who is an awesome general contractor out here. And today we're doing a video about the 3 most important things you need to know to get a property rental ready. We're gonna talk about common mistakes people make, things you can do to fix it, and share any insights we have to help any beginner investors on their journey. But before we go inside, if you don't mind giving us a really quick introduction of who you are and what your experience looks like in the field.
Yeah, my name is Jesus. I'm a general contractor. I help investors with their rental properties and flip properties.
Yeah, let's go check out this house. Ooh, this place is nice. You guys did a lot of work in here.
Yes.
This is sweet. So we're here in the living room, pretty big space, and a lot of work went into this spot. When it comes to just being a beginner investor, what are the top 3 things you would recommend that they look at before purchasing a property when they're doing some due diligence?
I would say foundation, roofing, and electrical.
And there's a lot of hidden costs if you don't check those things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What were some of the big things you guys did in this living room space?
I would say fixing a lot of the issues with the drywall. So mudding, patching, and just getting it ready for paint. Mainly around the windows. So whoever lived here before was taping their curtains and went ahead and pulled them. That's when all the damage happened.
Was it like paint damage or?
Paint damage, some of the drywall, and then they tried drilling screws to hold the curtains and stuff like that.
That's crazy. I remember when I saw photos, they didn't have this yet. It was all curtains they taped. And I was like, that's kind of weird.
They used the double-sided tape.
Oh.
And so when they pulled it, they damaged the paint and some of the drywall.
And we have our AC and heating. It's under the floor, which is,
Yes.
in California, ours is usually like in the ceiling or something.
Yeah.
Is this common for Indiana?
It's common because you have a basement.
I also noticed something the other day. These lights do a little party trick if you do it right. This was something else. You have your mood lighting, your ambient light, which is kind of fun. I think it's kind of nice you have that. Another really important part of this renovation was getting the flooring done.
Yes.
What did it look like before you guys came in?
There's a lot of gaps in the planks. What we did, we take up the flooring and then fix any issues with the subfloor. There were some areas we had to do a light skim coat. Just a few spots, especially walking into the kitchen, you had a really high spot there. We were able to sand it down and just do a light skim coat.
When you say that, did you mean the subflooring had a problem?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Was it like broken or?
No, there was nails that had popped off. So we just had to screw it and just light sand.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
We just had to screw it back in place.
Why do you think that was the case? Was it the tenant or was it the installer or maybe both?
I think they didn't prep the floors before installing. I think that was one of the main issues.
Yeah. Okay.
And then also the quality of the floor that they used wasn't the best.
What material did they use? Because I know for this project, we did LVP, right?
LVP, previously you had laminate flooring.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's kind of an older style, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Like you don't see that in modern homes today or?
Not really.
In my research too, I've learned it's pretty sturdy. It looks good. It's easy to clean, which is great for having a renter in here.
It's easier to replace a plank that's damaged than have to replace the whole row of carpet.
Yeah, no, this place looks great. I really like what you all did with it. This is one of the 4 bedrooms. You mentioned your team installed this.
Yes, we had to frame out drywall and install closet door.
Was the drywall a little bit damaged or?
Oh, you didn't have drywall before. Well, it was just the 2x4s that was exposed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boy, that one's off the track. Cool. And then you added blinds, which
Blinds.
is really nice. Before you could literally just look in or there was a curtain taped up. So yeah, this looks good. So the kitchen is one of my favorite parts of the house. And I think you guys did a really cool job.
Thank you.
And yeah, excited to talk about what was done to really elevate it. Because I remember the before pictures, those were rough.
Yeah, you had cabinets that didn't match, different size cabinets, doors weren't working.
All mixed together and not all of them work properly. What did you all do to really transform this kitchen?
Installed new cabinets, handles, went with a white countertop and black finishes.
I think it looks super sleek, very renter friendly too. Would you advise a beginner investor to spend a lot of money in the kitchen or kind of keep things simple like we did?
I think simple to rental property, but you definitely want to upgrade the kitchen.
Kitchens are super important. You know, people like to cook and host, spend time. And if the kitchen doesn't look good or if it's kind of falling apart. You might not get the rents you're looking for or a good renter in there.
Yeah. In this room, we added the backsplash, the tile. You didn't have one previously. And we fixed the two light fixtures.
Okay, were these out before?
Yeah.
I remember we talked about potentially doing a microwave here.
Microwave, yes.
We could do that, but I don't know, in my experience, having a vent might be better for like smell and airflow. And then maybe people don't always want a microwave. They might prefer like an air fryer or something. These feel pretty clean, pretty simple. Like the spacing is really good.
Yeah, because before, I think your cabinet only came up to here.
Yeah, it was kind of, there was an awkward gap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a curtain taped here. So a lot of work went into it. I don't know if it's controversial, but you asked me, do I want the garbage disposal? I thought about it. I think you left the option for me.
If you want to add a garbage disposal, you can.
It's nice to have the option, but as an investor, my thought is if I give them this tool and they break it, I'm gonna have to come in and fix it, which is gonna cost more.
Yes.
I don't want to do a lot of repairs. I don't want things breaking all the time. I'd rather just kind of have it ready to go and move in ready, and then they just take care of it. If someone's buying their first rental property, what is one thing that they should fix right away?
I would say if you have any issues with your plumbing, you would want to take care of that first, and electrical.
What would happen if I skipped plumbing? Like, what are some things that could happen if I ignore it?
Then you can run into issues where if you have your cabinets installed already, you might have to tear them apart or take it up. You know, you're just working twice. It's just like working smarter, not harder, you know. Fix your plumbing, fix your electrical. That way, once you have your backsplash, you don't have to take it down because you forgot to wire something.
That makes sense. We get really excited to like do the put up finishes, soapway tile. But then if the bones underneath are bad, if your wiring's not done right, the plumbing doesn't work, then you have to like break it all down.
Yes, because I've seen that happen before. I'm working on a property right now. Previous contractor framed, drywall, paint, everything completed, but he forgot to hook up all the electrical. So we had to go cut the drywall, fix everything,
And then patch it back.
and patch it back. Depending on how big the area is, it can take a while.
Yeah, so just really big. Always check that first. Don't get fancy until the very end. What advice would you give an investor who's maybe working on a limiting budget and they want to know where to put money?
If you have a limited budget, I would say hold off on the backsplash, do laminate countertops, and maybe don't spend so much like on your finishes. If you have your cabinets and they're all functioning, maybe you can just paint them instead of buying brand new cabinets to save money.
Yeah, that's pretty cost effective. We unfortunately didn't have a beautiful setup yet.
We didn't.
Cool, let's check out the bathroom. All right, so we're in the bathroom. This is the only one in the house.
Yes.
We talked about adding another one, but after running numbers in the area,
Yeah, I don't think it was worth losing a bedroom.
that too, yeah. But this is a really nice bathroom, pretty high ceiling too.
Yes.
And we do have a ventilation, so we don't have to worry about mold too much. What did it look like?
We added the ventilation. You didn't have that before. Upgraded vanity, light fixture, mirror, and just added little stuff like for your towels.
There was no plumbing issues in here?
No plumbing issues.
That's good. Okay. I do appreciate that ventilation because a lot of apartments just don't have it. And then it's easy for mold to grow, takes forever to air out.
Yes.
We're gonna go head upstairs and go check out the 2 bedrooms up there. This is actually a pretty interesting spot that a lot of work went into as well. I remember in the photos, this was all carpeted. From here all the way up to the upper bedrooms were carpet. I really like what you all did. Is this the same material? That's
Same material as the floors, yes.
nice. Okay, yeah, it looks really good. And I think it'll be easier to clean. What other work kind of went into this hallway area?
Just patch a lot of the holes that were on the walls. You had 2 steps that we had to fix. Just added extra support before we put the LVP.
These are a lot bigger than the other 2 downstairs, so kind of feels nicer. There's a lot more space. One thing I noticed pretty quickly was it's an old house. And I remember when I talked to Gloria, who is the realtor who I worked with, she mentioned this house was built in 1910. It's got old bones. If you're 100 years old, you're gonna have old bones too.
We did what we could. We did some floor prep, screwed down some of the boards.
But overall, feels really good. You guys added another closet door right there. Another thing I noticed about this home, at least, is the closets aren't too deep. Probably get a dresser and have all your clothes. The ceiling's pretty low here compared to the rest of the house. But this would make a great room for like study or a bedroom, anything like that. We got to talk about what this is. Some extra square footage, I guess.
Storage area.
Just extra space. We considered putting a window in here. What was the mindset to not put the window in?
Because the pitch on the roof, we didn't have enough clearance.
Yeah, like to safely like cut a window.
Yeah.
It still gets air conditioning and heat, so still a good room. Heading over to the last bedroom, just across. It's kind of cool. A little bit smaller, but still a good sized bedroom.
Before, this is where you had that wood paneling.
Yep.
That we had to take up, drywall, mud, finish it, and then this is where we added new baseboard to match with the original.
Yeah, this is basically unfurnished, right? It was just exposed. Any other work that went into here, like electric or, well, you added those blinds.
Just blinds and paint.
If we had a little bit more budget on this renovation, what is one upgrade that you think would really help this property?
I would say another bathroom would be nice, but like I mentioned, you would be getting rid of one of your bedrooms. Maybe some exterior paint would have been nice, but that's something that's not gonna add value. I think we did everything we could on this property.
What are things that we did invest that would make a difference in rental price compared to paint? Because paint, it looks good, but like you said, it's not going to increase the value of the home or the rent.
I think on this one, your new flooring, upgrading the kitchen and upgrading the bathroom, I think those are the things that will help you out on this property.
Nice. And all things we did to get this rental ready.
Yes.
Yeah, this has been a great property. Thanks again for coming out here and touring the property with me. You guys did a lot of really good work.
Thank you.
And it shows. So whoever is going to rent this place is going to have a really good experience.
Yes.
And for all the beginner investors out there who are watching this, what is one really good piece of advice that you would give to them if they're just getting started in real estate investment?
I would say do your research, find a good agent, and build a good relationship with your contractor.
Pictures, referrals from the past clients, all of that I think is important. And two, have they worked with investors before? So just asking, you know, do you also invest? Do you understand like what's important, you know, in terms of budget and communication and stuff? Because that makes a difference for me. I'm not in state, so I'm really relying on the team out here. Our realtor, you, property management company, all of them are kind of key players in the team.
Yes, because a lot of contractors don't want to work with investors because the budget.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's business.
Yes.
We're all trying to make a little bit of money and try to help each other. For me, as a beginner, what I really wanted was something turnkey, not too complicated. It was a good lesson in me doing due diligence. I still had to find a good team. Getting in touch with you and going through the rehab process was super beneficial because now I know what to look for and I know where do I spend money, how do I make sure the project's getting done on time. There's no real surprises when I got here. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe for more real estate investment content. I'm also going to put Jesus's company info in the description. So if you're ever in Indiana or nearby and you're working on your own investment property or just any kind of construction needs, make sure to reach out to him because he does great work. And I will see you in a future video.